talk. Roll Tide, Roll Tide. Come on in, come on in. A lot to talk about today, about the Tide. Roll Tide, Roll Tide. Come on in, man. A few things to talk about today. Got to talk about recruiting and definitely Coach Klemm. Alabama set to hire Coach Klemm. We're going to break down his credentials. Already did it before in a previous live, breaking down the coaching candidates. You know, but at the end of the day, it starts with your staff. Nick Saban knew that. That's why he brought a magnificent staff when he came in, right? And everybody on his staff went on to become head coaches elsewhere. Talk about the Saban tree, you know, his position coaches, offensive coordinators, you know, everybody who was under him, they learned a lot from him, then took it somewhere else, kind of did it in their own way at the schools they are at now. But at the end of the day, shout out K-Dog. I think he finally understands it starts with your staff. It starts with your coordinators and your position coaches. You know what I mean? So you got to put the right coaches in position. And I think Adrian Klemm, with his experience, right, with him playing the game before, so he understands, he knows what to really look for when observing and developing players and talent. So I think this will be a great hire. Now, I don't know if they hired him yet, but I think he is the top candidate for the job right now, you know. But you must have your staff in order. That's very important for Kalen DeBoer. You know what I mean? Kapalovic is out of there. You must bring the right guy in, you know. You don't want to fire a certain individual, then bring in the wrong man for the job. That'll be ass backwards. So hopefully Klemm is the guy. I'm gonna get into the article in a minute. Like I said, we got some recruiting to talk about. Players visiting, you know, February right around the corner. National Signing Day right around the corner. So a lot of work to do from Kalen DeBoer and his staff. But the biggest part is out of the way. That's the transfer portal, right? Alabama handled that portal business, especially at the end. But now you got to focus on player development, boom. National Signing Day, boom, and getting ready for spring camp, right? And that's pretty much what everybody is waiting for, the spring. You got quarterback competitions, right? Defensive back competitions, linebacker, pretty much every level. It's going to be a true battle for that starting spot. Now, certain positions, it will be a true rotation, different guys being rotated into the mix. But at the end of the day, it's going to be an extreme battle for the #1 spots all across the board. Shout out White Noise in the building. What up, big dog? Big T in the building. My dog, Big T in the building. Bama ain't been the same since Saban left. Calm down, Big T. Watch your mouth, watch your tone. You hear me? Watch your mouth and watch your tone, my boy. You may have a point, but calm it down. K-Dog gonna do his thing. I repeat, K-Dog gonna do his thing for real, man. And what we going on year 3? We really gonna see what K-Dog about going into year 3. You know. But yeah, Nick Saban, hey, the way Nick Saban left abruptly, man, everybody forget that part. He left Alabama in a tough situation, definitely. You know, he didn't really let nobody know. It was talks behind the scenes, but nobody truly knew, players, coaching staff, etc. You know, so Bama pretty much been bouncing back since Saban left. DeBoer came in right away, had to move and groove, had to figure out the SEC, figure out recruiting, right? So at the end of the day, Saban kind of left him in a tight spot, but respect Saban. He's a legend for real. You know what I'm saying? The run he went on, the way he changed the culture, the mind state, the mind frame, right? The energy he brought. Yeah, you got to respect Saban for that. Shout out Nick Saban, but he did leave kind of abruptly, dog. I feel like he could have left in a more positive way, but it is what it is. Shout out D-Dog, K-Dog. You know, we got him now. It's a new era. It's a new beginning. Bro, that ain't a diss. All good, Big T. my Levy dog, Big T in the building, man. Yeah. You there? Shout out my dog, Big T in the building. Make sure you come in the chat. You like it up, bro. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell. Support the channel, support the grind, man. You want to become a channel member, do that as well. Rock and roll with me, lock in with me, and lock in with me. Roll Tide, full of pride, baby. Yeah, heavy. So so the first business, the first news I'm gonna get into is the Coach Klemm situation. Now, if you come in here, fire the comments up, fire up the chat if you know for sure if they hired him. I know he's pretty much guaranteed to be hired. Right now, he is the favorite for the job. But is it sealed and yet? Is he for sure, for certain, the guy that Bama is going to rock and roll with? If you know the 411, the scoop, let me know, bruh. You know what I mean? Heavy. But let's go ahead, dive into it. And I pretty much, like I said earlier, I pretty much did a video, the last Bama Live, and broke Klemm down. You know, it's Klemm, Barnett, the O-line's coach from Iowa. So it was pretty good, stiff competition, you know, but, you know, Bama had a lot of options. And I think at the end of the day, they probably chose the right guy if they are going to hire Adrian Klemm for sure. But time will tell. Alabama expected to hire Adrian Klemm as its offensive line coach. Alabama is expected to hire Adrian Klemm as its next offensive line coach. Sources confirmed to Bama Online. Klemm is set to replace Chris Kapalovic on Kalen DeBoer's staff in Tuscaloosa. Klemm, 49 years old, spent the 2025 season as a defensive analyst at USC. Prior to that, he served as the offensive line coach for the New England Patriots and Bill Belichick's final year as the head coach in 23. So that tells you right there his experience alone, right? What he brings to the table. He understands winning, right? He understands coaching at a high level, at the highest level for real. Championship team, right? Boom. Championship pedigree. So you get all this knowledge of the game with Klemm. Also him being a former player. So it's pretty much a damn near win-win, dog. No cap. And I got to keep reiterated on it. They must hire the right man for the job, right? It makes no sense to hire one guy, bring the wrong guy in, you know? But Klemm, like I say, his football experience playing at the highest level, he really will help not only, you know, just the players on the O-line, developing them, but as far as scouting and recruiting goes, understanding what to look for when you're searching for a true dog or true Levy dog at the O-line position. You know, so it's definitely a plus for Bama. Klemm began his NFL playing career in Foxborough, Massachusetts, as a second-round pick in 2000 and spent 5 seasons with the Patriots. He did not coach anywhere in 24. Why is that way over here? Hold on, man. It's way over here, bro, for what? Before his one-year stint with New England, Klemm was the offensive line coach at Oregon in 2022. He also held the titles of associate head coach and run game coordinator of the Ducks. That season, Klemm's offensive line unit led all of college football with only 5 sacks allowed in 13 games. Oregon was 12th among all FBS teams in rushing offense, 215 yards per game. So right there, it shows you he can develop players. Anytime you got an O-line that only gives up 5 sacks in 13 games, that's pretty special. So, shout out to him and his knowledge of the game. Klemm has a reputation as a strong recruiter as well. During his time in Eugene, he was the primary recruiter for 5-star offensive tackle Josh Connerly Jr. as part of Oregon's 2022 class. Once again, very good at identifying talent. Klemm has made several coaching stops at the college and NFL levels. Prior to Oregon, he spent 3 years with the Pittsburgh Steelers, first as an assistant offensive line coach from 2019 to 20, and then as the full-time offensive line coach in 21. Before that, he coached at UCLA for 5 seasons, 2012 through 16, as the offensive line coach and run game coordinator. So like I say, bro, the man definitely has experience coaching at the highest level, the college realm and NFL realm. And he's an expert in the scouting area as well, right? Right. We know how important scouting, recruiting is at the high school, college level, man, for real. While at UCLA, Klemm worked with Alabama general manager Courtney Morgan, who was the director of player development for the Bruins from 13 to 2014. Now they unite in Tuscaloosa. So him and Courtney Morgan have a semi-history together, so that's a benefit. Klemm's coaching career began at SMU as a graduate assistant in 2008. He was promoted to offensive line coach in 2009 and added recruiting coordinator to his responsibilities in 2011. A native of Inglewood, California, Klemm played college football at Hawaii, where he was a 4-year starter at left tackle. New England selected him in round 2 of the 2000 NFL draft, and he also played for the Green Bay Packers in 2005. And that on-field experience, man, always goes a long way. When we talk about coaching, talking about developing, molding players, just making them the best players possible. Yeah, that experience round yonder goes a long way, man. No cap. Klemm played in 42 games, 18 starts during his NFL career, and won 3 Super Bowls. I repeat, 3 Super Bowls with the Patriots. So once again, he comes from a winning pedigree. He understands what it takes and how to win. So just from that point alone, that fact, oh yeah, you can for damn sure believe he understands how to identify talent across the board on the O-line. Klemm is the second new assistant to join deboer's coaching staff at Alabama. Derek Nix was also brought in to coach wide receivers. The Tide still has 1 coaching position open, as Brian Ellis moved from the coaching tight ends coach to quarterbacks coach. UA needs a tight ends coach, and we'll get into that later. Yeah, bro, so that's pretty much it for Adrian Klemm. Like I say, he got a lot of experience. A lot of experience coaching at the highest level of football. So that's definitely a benefit, definitely a big positive for him. See, bro. Yeah, but I think K-Dog is finally understanding your coaching staff must be on point. That's pretty much the first thing Saban did when he came in. He tore everything down, right? Facilities, boom, workout areas, coaches, programs, all that. Sometimes you got to let certain guys go. Period, man. It's just what it is, dog. No cap. Now we're going to get into some of this. Of course, we know how big recruiting is. So we're just going to dive right into the whole recruiting aspect of it. Bama got a lot of players coming to visit, et cetera, et cetera. you know. So we're gonna see what's up, man. No matter what they say, we talk about the portal, NIL, recruiting is definitely still important at the college football level. Matter of fact, I think Bama has the chance to have the #1 recruiting class in 2027. You hear me? So let's go ahead. Got a lot of articles to get into today. I'm gonna just start with this one here, man. Let's see where Bama stands coming up for the future and present as well, man. Future and present as well, man. No cap. Let's see. Alabama's run for number 1 2027 class continues this weekend as elite talent comes to T-Town. And once again, shout out Kalen DeBoer for making the certain moves. Shout out to him and his recruiting team. You know, Alabama signed Rivals #5 recruiting class in 26, and they'll make another run at a top 5 haul, if not #1, in the 2027 cycle. Let's see what's up. This weekend's Junior Day is another step towards Kalen DeBoer and his staff signing the class they aspire to land. Tuscaloosa will be swarmed by 5-stars and blue chippers, many that already have the Crimson Tide at or near the top of their respective list. Rivals has the latest as 3 of Alabama's 4 early commitments returning, including the nation's top 10 edge rusher, Jabarius Goror, 4-star quarterback Trent Seaborn, and cornerback Nash Johnson. Goror has been in the fold since July of 2024, but is fresh off another return visit to Florida State. Seaborn and Johnson both gave their pledges in October. Who will join them? So we got guys coming in at different positions. Another big class potentially for Bama. Want to check some of these dudes out. So you got Jabarius Goror, number 10 edge rusher. See what he looking like round yonder. Class 2027 edge, 6'2", 215. So he's a pretty big dude already. He coming in from Mobile, Alabama. So you see DeBoer is hitting the Southeastern Conference heavy. You know, I'm sure he understands now. That's where a lot of the competition, a lot of the talent is. Now you can still hit all over the country, right? Boom. But at the end of the day, you must hit these southern areas, southern states. Rivals industry ranking, 92.2 ranking. So he's ranked pretty high. He committed to Bama, so that's definitely a plus. And we talking about, you know, the recycling of players. You know, that's the college realm we're in. Nowadays, you're going to lose players to the portal, lose players to the drafts. So you got to be able to bring talent in, bro. Year in, year out. It's one revolving cycle, one revolving door for real. Pretty much. So Tulane offered him, Alabama State offered, A&M, Miami, but he's already committed to Bama. You know, class rank 7. Let's stay. I don't know what's up with this NIL thing. If that shows how much he expected to get paid or what. So NIL payments says his roster value is $103K. So he coming in right away. Boom, man, getting a lot of money, you know, for a freshman, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm sure the higher you rank, the more money they will obtain, right? Coming in the door. But Jabarius Goror, and definitely an important position, you know. You got Yanze Pierre, he gonna be hitting the NFL real soon, you know. So it's very important to find these, you know, 5 stars is cool, blue chippers is cool, but at the end of the day, none of that matters if you're not developing your players the right way. It starts with coaching, period. 4-star quarterback Trent Seaborn, 6'1", 194, Alabaster, Alabama, another in-state recruit. So he has offers from South Carolina, Auburn, Miami, Clemson, committed to Bama. And as we know how the whole whole recruiting thing and commitment things works. You know, players can commit, also decommit as well. You know, NIL value 173K. Yeah, bro. So Bama doing a good job of finding talent, but can you mold and develop your talent at the end of the day? That's a quarterback, cornerback Nash Johnson, 2027, cornerback 6'1", 175. He coming out of Atlanta, Georgia. Let me see, Rivals ranking 85. Check out some video on him, see what's up, man. Hold up right quick. Yeah, add remove. Okay, well, I can get to the video though. See what's up with the highlights, man. Tool machine. All right, well that's tripping for some reason. Class rank is 7. You see other schools that offer him that want him: Georgia Tech, Georgia, Miami, Vanderbilt. Cornerback position, very important. You know, Bama has done a pretty good job of identifying talent in the secondary. Let's see right here. And the list just keeps going on and on, for real. Garor has been in the fold since July of 24, but is fresh off another return visit to Florida State. Seaborn and Johnson both gave their pledges in October, who will join them. 3 5-stars headline the list. Indianapolis, Indiana, Lawrence North, 5-star receiver. So another 5-star receiver, man. Tells Rivals he's excited to get back to Tuscaloosa. The Crimson Tide have their early advantage on the Rivals prediction machine, but they're in a battle with Indiana and Ohio State, among others, to sign him. So it's definitely going to be a outright battle. Like I say, sometimes it won't just be about the money. It'll be about the player's heart, where he's been wanting to play, his dreams, you know. Will he follow his spirit or follow the money, guapino, federale, right, linguini, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And some of these players, I might check out their highlight films just to see what they looking like. Monsoon Self, let's check him out though. Once again, a 5-star receiver. And Bama's been doing pretty good at, bringing these 5-star receivers in, landing these 4-star, 5-star receivers, right? You see the Cedarius Morgans. You expect him to contribute next year as a freshman, homie. And you hear me? Class 2027, man. 6'5", 201. He's a big dude already. I repeat, 6'5", 201 pounds. Definitely a big body in the room. Industry ranking 97. And like I say, this dude is getting offers from damn near every school. It's pretty much his pick. Alabama offered 85.3% that he goes to Bama. Indiana in the mix, Michigan in the mix, Ohio State, Notre Dame, So a lot of teams want this dude right here. Not shocked or surprised at it at all, either way. But that just tells you Bama is doing something right as far as recruiting goes. You hear me? Heavy. Let me see if they got any film on these dudes as well, though. See if they got any film on these dudes as well, man. Then I'll get back to the little article. But I really want to see how they moving and grooving on that film. Give me 1 second. Let's see what's up. What's his name? Monsoon Sales. Monsoon Sales. 1 second. Let me to a machine. Monsoon Sales. Let's check him out right quick round yonder. See if we got anything on him. Know what I'm saying? But 5-star recruitment out of Indiana. You know? Got to be careful about these copyrights too. Let me see. Got any highlights of him, man? Hold on 1 second, man. Let's get to it. So once again, this is a 5-star out of Indiana. Monsoon Sales. See what he looking like here. See what's up with him, man.
Gonna watch everybody on this channel off of sophomore film, but I will have them on my radar. And then as we start getting the junior year film, kind of prioritize the people that people want to watch. Anyways, we're gonna be watching 2027 wide receiver monster. So once we see 6,
you don't need to hear him talking as well. Just need to see the receiver play. Once again, he's 6'5", so he's a big dude. I'm assuming he has speed as well, right? Right. So that's definitely a plus, a positive. He can stretch the field, and he gives you a big body. There you go, right here. Throw it up to him, man. He go get that bitch. You hear me? Heavy. Nah, man. Off the ball, explosive, etc. And then Bama put him on the nutrition program, put him in the weight room, strength and conditioning program. Oh, yeah, bro. You're talking about real elite talent around yonder, for real. Speed this up, though, man. Go right here, nice little route and cut. Boom. So, not only is he a big body, but he can move, has agility, athleticism, speed, quickness, etc. Nice cut, boom. Throw it up to him. You know what I mean? Throw it up. 6'5", 200 plus, man. Throw that thing up. Yeah. Go get it. Yeah. Go get it, man, for real. And we see Bama leading towards, more receivers, bigger in stature. And they still got the smaller guys, explosive, speedy guys, Lloyd Sear Brooks, right, etc., homie. But at the end of the day, it's good to have a mixture, especially down yonder in that goal line. When things get tight, things get tough sometimes, you need a big body to throw it up to. And these are one of these guys right here. Yeah, he can go up and get it, bro. That's pretty much all I'm gonna watch. I'm sure it's kind of chippy anyway. But yeah, very definitely could be a great pickup for Bama. Definitely could be a great pickup for Bama, bro. I'm gonna get into the next dude. Like I say, only really probably maybe the 5 stars and 4 stars. I'm gonna break down the film. But the film on a high school level is pretty much real choppy. Then you got to be careful about copyrights. You know what I mean? Dudes, channels really be tripping. I don't know for what. Like, you know what I mean? They still gonna get they bread, they guapino, they federale. Like, come on, bro. Really? Brock Roll Tide in the building. Brock Roll Tide Roll in the building. What up, big dog? My Levy dog in the building, man. Yeah, Roll Tide. Big T, I think we know that already. Come on now, Brock. Let him know, bro. Everybody know how Saban affected Bama, bro. I mean, one more give, man. Yeah. Shout out my dog Brock in the building, bro. No cap. Everybody knows how Saban leaving Bama affected it, man. For real. Heavy. Do you like the new O-line coach? Did they hire him already, Brock? Let me know, bro. I know he was pretty much in first place for being hired. So is the hired one? Is he hired 100%? Is it official now, homie? Let me know, bro. But yeah, as far as Clem, I like Clem a lot. Roll Tide, big score, no cap, man. Roll Tide, full of pride, forever. Win, lose, or draw, but we come to win. But yeah, I definitely like Clem a lot, man. He said yes last night. Hell yeah, bro. Let's get it done then. Hell yeah, man. Roll Tide. I like that pickup a lot, bro. No cap. You know, one more game, man. Yeah, I think Clem is going to be a great fit and really turn this offensive line around as far as aggressiveness goes, physicality, you know, run blocking especially. You know what I mean? I feel like he has a true talent, a true gift at identifying talent and bringing the talent in and getting them prepared to play at the highest level. You know what I mean? You check his resume at Oregon, his resume in the NFL. Pretty much anywhere he goes, he has a knack for developing players, man, and getting the maximum potential out of them. So hell yeah, bro. Very excited about the hire. Very excited about him coming in the building. And as we know, it starts with your staff, bro. Like I said earlier, when Nick Saban came in, right? Boom. He attacked the coaches. He attacked position coaches, right? Brung certain guys in with him. And along the way, he kept stacking and kept stacking. You know, he created a real Nick Saban, a Saban tree. Now you pay attention to what them guys are doing as head coaches, coordinators, whatever. Hell yeah, bro. I feel like we need new running backs, coach. Hey, man, you know, we could. We could. I wouldn't be mad at it. You hear me? You know, definitely got to blame the running backs for the lack of run game in a few games last season, whether it was not identifying the hole, not hitting the hole hard enough, right? Missing the holes. You know what I mean, man? Run blocking, pass blocking. Yeah, you know. So, hey, the running backs coach could be a potential hire and rehire as well. You know, fire and hire somebody new as well. I feel like at this point with deboer, with K-Dog, nobody is safe. Period. And he needs to make sure he has the best men in the room. Once again, I know I keep saying it, and I'm gonna keep saying it, bro. I don't care how much talent you have, if you don't have coaches to get that talent right, that benefits that talent, it don't matter, bro. Period. No cap. We see it year after year. New special teams coach. Hey, man, you never know. Is that what's going on, Brock Roll Tide? Like I say, I don't care who DeBoer fires, for real. You hear me, dog? But I think K-Dog is finally understanding that he needs to revamp his whole staff. I mean, shit, Ryan Grubb might not even be safe. You know? Got to, bro. Brock Roll Tide, big facts. Facts. He has to make the right hires. Definitely has to make the right hires, man. It makes no sense. You fire guys, then you bring in the wrong dudes in. You know, gonna be the same problem it was last year or this year. Oh yeah, but I think K Dog is finally learning, and he's starting to get in the groove. And it starts right here with Klemm, with Adrian Klemm. He will be a major benefit to the O-line room. Not yet, but I heard it's going to be more coaching moves. It should be more coaching moves. Like I say, I'm not mad at it at all. You know, it's time for more coaching moves to happen. Like, I'm sure he's sitting back and reevaluating his whole staff, like I said before. Period, bro. No cap. But yeah, that's Monsoon Sales. I'm gonna get back into this recruiting article. Give me 1 second, man. The On3 Industries #1 quarterback in Elijah Haven made it to campus during the fall, and Alabama is trending heavy on the Rivals prediction machine for the Baton Rouge, Louisiana Dunham School 5-star. So boom, another 5-star quarterback, Elijah Haven. So you see Bama, bro, in the mix early. I repeat, in the mix early. So shout out to deboer and his scouting staff. You know, the fact they can land a 5-star quarterback, the #1 quarterback, that would be a major signing, homie. Oh yeah. Period. Kentucky and Auburn are a couple other contenders. Alabama is the one. Alabama is the one setting the tone for 5-star offensive tackle. Caden Moss with Tennessee, LSU, Ohio State, and a few others strongly in the mix for the Jackson, Mississippi Academy Road grader. O-line trenches, bro, very important. But all these potential 5-star signings, man, could go a long way. We talking about continuing to build the Alabama program, continuing to experience success in the Alabama program. I mean, very, very similar to what Saban did, bro, when he came in. That was probably much harder to get players to commit now, but this is the same path Saban took. He understood recruiting at a high level, but not only searching for 5 stars and 4 stars, but hey, man, going to them trenches, homie, at the bottom, right, for real. Guys who really never had a chance, who just need a chance, right? Them real levy dogs with a chip on their shoulder, with a lot to play for. You know what I mean? Yeah, homie. But the fact that deboer is attacking recruiting the way he is definitely a plus for Bama. I'll take a look at Elijah Haven right quick, homie. Elijah Haven, class 27, 6'4" and a half, 220 pounds. So a big quarterback. He coming out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Dunham High School. Damn, Rivals industry ranking 96. Offer from Bama, Florida, Auburn, Michigan, LSU, and pretty much every school, I'm sure. But yeah, bro, quarterback. Let's go ahead, look him out, check him out right quick. Elijah Haven, man. Yeah, let's get it, man. You know, Elijah Haven. See what's up with him. 7 months ago. And they won a state title as well. You heard me. Once again, got to be careful about the copyrights. Click on this one right quick, around yonder. That's definitely, hold on. Yeah, that's definitely probably be a little copy, John. You know what I mean? Give me 1 second, bro. See what this about here. Give me 1 second, man. Jet Thamala is now a 5-star QB. Jet Thamala, is he a QB that's already in the building, or a QB that Bama is looking at? You know, I know it's a couple of 5-star QBs that Bama potentially has a chance to acquire. So Brock Roll, Tyrone, let me know, man. When did he get changed to a 5-star, and what was he before? Jet Tamala, is he already in the building once again? His name sounds very familiar, huh? But what's the real deal on him? Bama has signed back-to-back 5-star QBs under deboer. Big facts, man. Shout out K-Dog, like I told you. Shout out K-Dog. Oh, yeah. Heavy, man. Yeah. And you remember when Kalen DeBoer first came in the building, Brock, everybody was concerned and worried about what? Him being able to recruit, him not being able to identify, you know, talent in the SEC or talent in the Southeastern Conference, right? People saying, oh, he can only recruit players on the West Coast, or he can only recruit players on the East. But now he's doing it worldwide, you know, full spectrum, man. Yeah. So once again, shout out for the scouting room he put together. Only being here, what, 2 years? And they're already battling, competing for the #1 recruiting class of 27. Oh, yeah, bro. That's a very good look for Bama. Yeah, let's look at Elijah Haven. Yeah, Elijah Haven, man. 5-star QB. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's a freshman, just came in this year. That's what I figured. Dog. So you got quarterbacks. The quarterback room is getting real thick, right? Of course, you expect year to year players hitting the portal. If there's no changes made to the contracts and laws and rules of the whole transfer portal situation, huh? So you expect some of these guys to come in and transfer as well. But at the end of the day, you want to get them in the building and see what happens. Today, he just became a 5-star. I wonder why, man. I wonder why. I wonder what changed, huh? That quickly and swiftly. Yeah. He was previously a 4-star. Hey, it's all good with me, huh? All good with me, man. Yeah. But like I got to keep reiterating, I don't care if you're 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4, 5-star, whatever. You got to develop this talent. You got to mold your talent, right? You know what I mean? You gotta turn these guys into confident players, bro. They gotta trust in you, have a belief in you and your system. Period. Point blank, no cap. That's how Nick Saban and Bama got all those top recruits in the prime years. You know, the players believed in something. They believed in Bama. Not only that, they believed Bama and Nick Saban would have them ready for the next step in life, right? The NFL level, the NFL life, all of the above, on and off the field, right? It was a certain level of maturity, a certain level of discipline, confidence, and belief as well. College stage and NFL stage, baby. You hear me? So players pretty much came to Bama to get NFL ready, right? To be prepared to play at the highest level. That's the difference, bro, right now. That's why coaching is so important, man. Heavy all across the board. Go ahead, get right into it real quick, man. Early. Give me 1 second. Speed up, so turn that volume down a little bit. Nice throw right there from Haven. Hold on. Like I say, big quarterback too, 6'4", with 200 plus pounds. Big dog for real, man. Nice throw across the middle. Yeah, really perfect throw right there. Heavy. Another nice throw, man. You know what I'm saying? These pretty much simple throws right here, though. Deep ball. Nice one, man. Nice touch on that ball as well. You hear me? Heavy. Nice catch, too. Definitely got a real arm. No cap. Nice ball. Yeah, so you can definitely see the talent is there. Like I say, the high school level is tough to really break players down though, all the way. You pretty much gotta wait till they get in the building, see how they play against competition that's on the same level for the most part. See how they separate themselves. I mean, you can watch all the high school film you want, but the talent is so unbalanced at times, right? Like you hear me? So like every week they're not going up against the best in the world or best players in the nation. Every now and then playoffs, boom, big games, right? Yeah, out of state games. But for the most part, it's tough to really, judge a player 100% off of his high school career because thing changes, man. Where's a player's mental at? What is his mental capacity? How does he handle the pressure of playing against other D1 players, right? Guys who maybe even be better than him. Can he handle coming in, putting the work in, applying pressure, grinding every day on a day-to-day basis? It's a lot of factor that goes in to a quarterback, receiver, whatever position, becoming that so-called 5-star or producing at the high level that you expect a 5-star to at the college level. It's more than just having talent, right? Right. And that falls back where on who? On the coaches. Can they get these players ready to play ball? Can they have their minds ready to play ball? People forget that about Saban, right? He had them boys mentally locked in, mentally prepared, bro, week in, week out for the most part. You know what I mean? Guys coming from different backgrounds all over. He had them play with a certain level, move with a certain level of maturity for their ages. Right? Freshmen, sophomores, juniors, whatever. They had a certain level of maturity they carried themselves with on and off the field, especially the prime years, 10 years plus, right? For real. You know? So that was Elijah Haven, another 5-star recruit, to dive back into the article. you know. I mean, realistically, will Bama land all these players? I mean, that's what you hope for, but it's going to be real tough, man, for real. Strong group of in-state targets coming in. Versatile defensive lineman A.J. Pauley was offered early in the fall, and Crimson Tide are certainly one to watch with the Mobile, Alabama, McGill, Tulane standout. So we talk about the D-line, right? The trenches, very important. Never can have enough talent up front, enough depth up front as well. AJ Pauley, 6'5", 260, so he's big already. You know what I mean? Put him in the right position, best position to win. I'm sure he can really be a dog. He got offers from Georgia Tech, South Alabama, Troy, Alabama, Ole Miss. Got here. His NIL value is not showing right now. Let's go right here. Check out his highlights real quick. See if they work. You want to see? Let me pause it right quick. Hold on. Come back to it. Bro, what? Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second, man. Break this film down right fast. Pauling. So once again, this is AJ Pauly, defensive lineman. You hear me? Heavy. Another 5-star for Bama. Just check him out right fast. Off the ball. Like I say, he's a big dude, 6'5", 200-pound plus already. Still in high school. So, once he comes to Bama, if he comes to Bama, wherever he goes, bro, they're going to put more weight on him. He's going to grow into his body, get him on the right nutrition program. Oh, yeah, he's going to be a real dog. But like I said, it's always tough to just, tell off a high school film. I mean, you can definitely see who the big dogs are in high school, but until they get in the college level and, you see them in spring camp and they start competing against other talent, then that's when you really find out, man. Heavy. On the outside, the camera view right now is real horrible. Early. Used his hands, got through the gap, stayed in his lane as well. Great play by him right there. Yeah, very nice play, bro. Nice speed, flying to the ball. Nice speed, side to side. Cameraman is horrible, though. Why the hell would they be so high up in the air? Hell, bro. Yeah, bro. So definitely like what I saw as far as that. Like I said, he can definitely be a real good player, man. But like I said, all these dudes, you never really know how it's going to pan out until they get at the college level, man. For real. How they developed, the programs they're on, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But that's AJ Pauly, man. AJ Pauly. Back into the article. All right, they probably got him. Boom. Phoenix City, Alabama Central 4-star offensive lineman Jatori Williams, and Moody, Alabama High School 4-edge star edge Barack Willis, former Alabama commits that are slated to return to campus. Maplesville, Alabama High School 4-star linebacker Nehemiah McCary is a sophomore. The Crimson Tide are in early on. So it's a big list, man, a real big list of dudes coming into Bama. Like I say, they could really be shaping up to have the #1 recruiting class in 27. Alabama offered Louisville, Mississippi High School defensive lineman Mitchell Turner following a dominant junior season that saw him rack up 103 tackles, 41 stops for loss, and 15.5 sacks. Well, damn, bro. You hear me? And defensive lineman, 100 tackles, bro? He must be a real monster. That's crazy, bro. For real. No cap. 6'3", 275. Let's see his highlight tape. His highlight tape right quick, man. For real. All right, quick. me 1 second, man. Yeah, he must be a real animal up there around yonder, man. For real, homie. Heavy. Oh yeah. I definitely gotta check him out though, bro. No cap. Like I say, 103 tackles as a defensive lineman. Oh yeah, bro. He really about that. Get a full screen, man. Oh. Run it back though. Hold on. Let me run it back real quick, man. Make sure we in there. But yeah, 100 tackles as a defensive lineman, bro. That's real dominant performance. Definitely real good speed. That boy is moving at his position. I repeat, he is moving at his position, man. No cap, huh? Yeah. Hold on, bro. Hey, come here. Hey, come here. Yeah. So he's versatile as well. He can play interior or exterior, so that's a plus. These camera angles are trash, but you can pretty much tell, man, for his size too. And I see why he got 100 or something tackles at the defensive lineman position. Dude can really fly. Dude can really fly. You talk about somebody who can be a real dog. The speed he has right now, and you turn him into a real monster with your program and stuff. Oh man, sky's the limit. Matter of fact, it's no limit for this dude right here. Just wish they had different camera angles, man. Like why though? No, no. Explosiveness, crazy. For real. Hand work, way to get to the ball, man. Hand movement, all that. And just think about him, boom, being a sophomore, being a junior. You know what I mean? I mean, shit, even his freshman year, he could contribute at a high level, homie. Heavy, you know? But I love his aggressiveness for real. Physicality, man, for real. Nice handwork, boy. That boy handwork is nice. Real good handwork, man. Hand placement, hand movement, all that. You hear me? Heavy. Yeah, man. I pretty much seen enough from him. Seen what I needed to see. He is a real dog, a real Levy dog. Yeah, bro. Yeah, Mitchell Turner. Remember his name, Mitchell Turner, dog. No cap. He's gonna be a dominant player one day, for real, huh? I stand on that 10 toes down, man. Heavy. Remember the name, Mitchell Turner. No cap. Shout out, Con Man in the building, bro. Shout out, Con Man in the building. Roll Tide, roll, baby. Roll Tide, roll forever. Oh yeah, man. Let's get it. 2026 looking good for the Tide. No doubt, man. No cap. Looking real good for the Tide, Con, man. They just got to keep it going, keep it rolling, and just get these players ready. You know, get these players ready early. As far as the portal goes, they did what they needed to do, and they got to put it all into play. Period, man. No cap. My dog Dre in the building. My dog Dre in the building. What up, homie? You hear me? Heavy, bro. Yeah. Roll Tide, man. School Tide. They know what it is. We need top talent on defensive line and offensive line. So looking brighter, definitely. Come, man. No doubt. Trenches where you win. The trenches where you win. I repeat again, the trenches are where you win. You know? Bottom line, bro. Hello, any truth to Sam Pittman being hired as an analyst? Something I will have to look up. Conrad Herlong. Shout out Conrad Herlong in the building. Shout out Conrad Herlong in the building once again. Speed is crucial. Big fact. Speed is definitely crucial, you know, especially on the trenches. If you got a guy who's big but also has speed, oh man, that's a plus right there, homie. Heavy. Any truth to Sam Pittman being brought in as an analyst? Conrad, once again, I will have to look it up, bro. You hear me? Okay. Boy looking strong and fast as fuck. Con for real, bro. Telling you, Michael Turner. Michael Turner is his name. Keep an eye out for Michael Turner. Bama need to get that man, homie, for real. Any word on Sam Pittman being brought in as an analyst? You keep asking the same question, man. Go look it up, my dog. You know, heavy. You're calm, man. Yeah, let's get it, bro. Roll Tide. Let's get back into these recruits. But Michael Turner, I gotta put an emphasis on that. Dude gonna be a real player. A real player. I hope Bama get him. The Crimson Tide are in the top two, perhaps even running number one. 4-star linebacker Kenneth Simon. Tupelo, Mississippi, high rivals 300 offensive lineman. Antonio Berry is another coveted point of attack player from Mississippi alongside Moss. Leesburg, Georgia, Lee County rivals 300 receiver Jaden Upshaw has a keen eye on several schools in the SEC. We got here Gainesville, Alabama. High running back Nigel Newkirk is at the top of a lot of recruiting boards. Orlando, Florida, Jones Edge, Frederick Ards III picked up his Alabama offer in September and now gets a look at Tuscaloosa. Memphis, Tennessee, Whitehaven's Antoine Jackson is another disruptive player that has the Crimson Tide in terrific position thus far. Let's see, man. The Rivals prediction machine strongly favors Oklahoma for in-state 4-star defensive back Gabriel Osborne Jr., but he's giving Alabama a good look. So, yeah, bro, it's going to be a real competition. A real competition. But Bama right there sitting real nice. You know, sitting real nice. Richmond, Virginia, Benedictine tight end Sam Faneuil earned his Alabama last summer in camp. Douglasville, Georgia, South Paulding's Joakim Gouda has become one of the most sought-after linebackers in SEC country. He coming out of Douglasville, Georgia, right? Fairburn, Georgia, Creekside defensive back Darius White is a trait C prospect in the secondary. Forest, Mississippi, high school 2028 linebacker Shamar Evans has an early Alabama offer. Bergen Catholic in New Jersey 2028 quarterback Trey Tagliaferri is starting to see his process pick up. Oh yeah, bro. And that's pretty much 3-star Texas. These are all the top 5 Jones. Let's see what newer so that's pretty much for the 27 season. You know. Let's see who we got coming in this year. You know, who we can expect on National Signing Day, right? Hell yeah, Tide. That's hell yeah, Tide ready to roll. Let's get it, man. You know what it is, man. Roll Tide full of pride, huh? Tide full of pride. Oh yeah. One more again, man. Yeah. See who we got coming in for sure. Hold on, man. So the commitments so far, like definitely 3. Early junior day confirmations, Jabarius Chicken Garor, Trent Seaborn, Nash Johnson. So you got 3 off the rip and already talked about most of the targets for next year. Hmm. So this is so these are the 17 Alabama offers that were extended to certain players, I believe last week. You know what I mean? So basically, what, February? That's when National Signing Day happens, man. If you know the exact date, bro, let me know as far as the real official date and time. You know, when it really goes down as far as National Signing Day. These are just the list of players right here. Tashawn Poole, 6 feet, 185, top 100 safety from Howard High School in Macon, Georgia. Top 100 of Big Landon. Tremont Collins, 6'2", 185, four-star athlete from Cottondale High School in Florida. Theo Wilson, 6'2", 220, three-star linebacker from Armwood High School in Seffner, Florida. So DeBoer, K-Dog really attacking the South. Like I said, I got to repeat it. I remember everybody said he can't really hit the South, man, like he need to. A bullshit, a bullshit, huh? Oh yeah, Isaac McNeil. I talked about him the other day. 6'2", 210 inside linebacker from Vigor High School in Pritchard, Alabama. Another in-state player. Darius White, 6'3", 175 cornerback, Creekside. So you're pretty much, I've talked about all these names. So now you really just sit back and wait and play the waiting game, man, and just see what happens on National Signing Day. But some of these dudes, so these are like, I believe most of them at the top could sign this year. Then you start getting into the 27 class, 28 class, you know. But a lot of talent, man, coming out. A lot of talent coming out the South right now, for real. No cap. Hmm. I'm ready to see E. Quarrell and C. Morgan get on the field. Hey, me too, Con, man. I think those are two freshmen that could definitely contribute right away. You know what I mean? Two freshmen that could come in, put their stamp on the season. You know, Crowell, high hopes for him, big expectations. You know, he put up crazy numbers, crazy stats in high school his last year. I believe he won Mr. Football as well, right? And Sedarian Morgan, big receiver, very elite talent, speed as well. So these two freshmen could come in, and Crowell could definitely be competing for that #1 spot. You know, with the foul move, Hollywood Smothers Pool, it's really wide open. I mean, AK Dare, boom, you got Daniel Hill, but I think it's going to be a real battle for that #1 running back position spot, hands down, man down, right? You can't tell me no different, for real. I mean, it's a wide open door. You know, question is, right, who wanted the most? But Xavier Crowell definitely going to be right in the mix. Right in the mix, homie. Oh, yeah. So Darian Morgan, he could battle for the 3 spot. I mean, for real. You know? And if Ryan Williams don't come back locked in, he don't come back with his mind right, shit, he could really battle for that 2 spot, you know? For real, bro. So really, it's wide open. If you a freshman who can play and deserve to play, okay, dog gonna put you in the game, bro. Early and often, heavy, roll tide. Believe that, man. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep, he won Mr. Football in Alabama. Plus that boy run with fire. Oh yeah, that boy run with a lot of fire, man. I repeat, a lot of fire. No Capcom, man. For real. You ain't lying when you say that, dog. Off top, huh? Off real. Matter of fact, let's dive into Xavier Crowell since we on him anyway. You know, let's break him down even more. But yeah, I'm definitely excited about him, bro. For real. Xavier Crowell. You heard me. No cap. 5'11", 215, you know. I ain't gonna watch the whole 10 minutes, but we're gonna watch some of it though. Hold on. These high school films be so choppy though. That'd be the only thing about it, bro, you know? So damn choppy, homie. For real. 1 second. Strong runner, man. Explosive, speed, power, all that. Look at that breakaway speed, man. Boom. Definitely could compete for their starting #1 spot next year. I don't care if you're a freshman or not, man. Dude got a lot of talent for real. Oh yeah, nice cut, nice footwork, nice move, in and out. Boom, boom, come here. Come back. Know what I mean? And we saw that a lot of times from Alabama's running backs, man, not hitting the hole hard enough or not staying calm, then boom, exploding through the hole or running through the wrong hole, right? Period, man. And as far as his cutback game, his footwork definitely will be beneficial to this Alabama running back running game. Sometimes you got to cut left or cut right abruptly into the hole that's open, homie. You know, the defense flow on one side. Boom, come here. One step, you going the other way. Huh? You know, we didn't see that a lot of times from the Alabama running backs. Daniel Jones, he's a big running back, runs with power. But in my opinion, he needs better vision hitting the holes. You know, sometimes he hits it too slow. Sometimes he tries to hit it too fast. And that was a big problem with all the running backs for real. No cap. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to set up the block, put your O-line in position, fill the block, understand where the cutback at, understand where the lanes are at for real, dog. You know, those are the traits of a great running back, period. But he would definitely have a chance to compete for that running back one. No cap. Boom, come here. Out of there. Come here, homie. Out of there. Come on. Come here. Runs hard, homie. Heavy. Boom, look out. Come here. Out of there. Oh, come here. Uh-oh. Gone. Huh? Gone. Gone, man. Gone. Come here. Oh, come here. Out of there. Oh, yeah, man. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Throw it to him. Come here. Yep. Yeah, man. Very, very versatile as well. You know, he can catch it coming out the backfield. All that. He's a well-rounded running back, man. For real. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, I'm very excited about Xavier Crowell and the noise he can potentially make. So Darian Morgan as well. I see Crowell being our next Heisman winner if he can get Grubb to run the ball more. Hey, that's a big statement. That's a big statement, Con, man. You say Heisman winner already? Heisman winner already, man? Big statement right there, homeboy. One more game. He said that boy would be a Heisman winner. Oh, man. You're heavy. Look at some of these recruits. You know? Then we got another top 10 running back. Running back Ty Keys reacts to Alabama offer. They have a tradition of running backs. Yeah, man. Another 2027 prospect. While Alabama coaches were on the road last week, running backs coach Robert Gillespie made the short trip over to Poplarville, Mississippi high school to visit 2027 running back Ty Keys. He gave Keys a phone call on Monday that turned out to be a monumental one, offering him a scholarship. Coach Robert came and talked to me last week, and he said he was going to get back with me after he analyzed my film and stuff. Keys told Bama Online. I got the call back today and got the offer officially. It meant a lot, man. He was telling me he wanted me to play for him and that I would be a big-time running back for him one day. And like I say, bro, it's pretty much really in all reality, actuality, right? Getting these players to believe in you, believe in your mission, believe in your statement, right? Believe in these coaches, deboer and his staff, to put them in the best position to win and have them NFL ready, man, and just have a real opportunity to compete, which you will have when you come to Bama, bro, for real, no cap. Oh, yeah. But another top 10 running back right there, potentially. Keys has known Gillespie and been familiar with Alabama for a couple of years now, dating all the way back to a camp he attended while he was in middle school. Oh, yeah, man, this recruiting goes a long way, bro. Heavy, bro, early. This starts middle school. Man, some even Pop Warner, right? Right. So these coaches are identifying these players early in their career, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, and so on. My 8th grade year, I went to visit Alabama, actually. Keys said, they killed me, man. I ain't gonna lie. It didn't last that good my 8th grade year. He told me he always wanted the type of player I was gonna turn into. I've turned into an elite player for sure, and he wants to coach me one day. Since last week, we've been talking every day. Player-coach relationships, homie, very imperative, right? If you can build a real bond with a player, you damn near got him coming in, no matter what other schools come across or come to the table with money, guapino, whatever they may say, man. If you build that real relationship with a player, oh yeah, he pretty much ain't leaving. Keys has developed into a top 10 running back in the 2027 class, according to the Rivals industry rankings. He's considered a 4-star prospect at 6'2", 200 pounds, ranking as the number 146 overall player in his class and the number 6 player in the state of Mississippi. So true talent from him, man. And Bama just keep on, stacking them up, man, racking them up. During his junior year at Poplarville, he put up ridiculous stats, carrying the ball 301 times for 3,285 yards. Man, 10.9 yards per carry. Damn, bro. And 45 touchdowns. Those are crazy numbers, homie. No cap. He was named Mr. Football in Mississippi's 4A class at the conclusion of last season. He told BOL he is eager to take a visit to Alabama soon and wants to take an official visit when the time comes. Of course, it's close to home. It feels like home. I just want to see it, Keys said. I don't have a date yet, but I'm definitely going to schedule my OV there. I want to see the environment, meet everybody, see what everyone is like. Keys holds other notable offers from Ole Miss, Oregon, Penn State, and Mississippi State. He mentioned how highly he thinks of Alabama's history producing running backs and said he wants to be the next in line. Alabama is a tradition, man. Keys said they have a tradition of running backs. Look at Derrick Henry, Najee Harris. I want to be one of them guys. And they have 2 Mississippi backs there now, Daniel Hill and A.K. Deere, and a Mississippi coach, Gillespie. That's big time for me, man. So pretty much Alabama, if you're listening and paying attention to what he's saying and been saying, Keys probably will be an Alabama signee. Period. No cap. And if Bama can get back to playing murder ball, right? Yeah, they can get back to playing that murder ball, get the run game going. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a very attractive school for running backs all over the country, man. No cap. Hmm. Say that boy is something special. Oh yeah, man. I mean, damn, averaging what? 10 yards a carry, homie? Are you kidding me, man? Oh yeah. That's crazy work, man. That's really pretty much unheard of. Oh yeah. DeBoer can definitely recruit. I give him that. Big facts, Con, man. Big facts, bro. For real. Hey, ain't no doubt about it. One more again, man. Yeah. And Con, man, you know, and that was the big thing, right, Con, man? Everybody questioned DeBoer's recruiting skills and his level, you know? I mean, at one point in time, that's what everybody was saying. Oh, he can't recruit. He can't attack the SEC. Oh, how will he attack these southern states, huh? Can he really get and gain southern players? Oh, yeah. Bitch, yeah. He definitely can. Huh? Come on now. I mean, that was a hot topic of discussion, bro. His first weekend. Everybody worried about his recruiting and obtaining certain players, man. 2026, you get a top 5 class. 27, they working on being the #1 recruiting class. Come on now, bro. You ask me, I would say he's adapting pretty well. Hell to the yeah. You hear me? No cap, bro. For real. See what else we got in that recruiting class business. See if any more news popped up. Yeah. Probably finna get up out of here. See what's up. See what else we got here, man. Trying to see where that one article is on this damn. Let's see where that dude went. I think pretty much all the recruiting topics have damn near been addressed. Let's see. Saw one more article I wanted to dive into. Already did that one. I think that's pretty much covered it all, man. So yeah, Bama doing a great job as far as recruiting goes. They just gotta finish strong, you know. We see what happens on National Signing Day, bro. Period. But this freshman class coming in, the 27 class coming in, you know, we're seeing great players come in the building, bro. Now it's on the coaches, it's on K-Dog and his staff to get them right and get them ready to rock and roll, for sure. But I'm finna get up out of here, dog. Any questions, comments, opinions, put them in the chat. If not, like I said, I'm finna roll out. See y'all next time. Roll Tide for the pride. Oh, yeah. Spring football, bro, right around the corner. I repeat, spring football right around the corner. You know? Oh, yeah. Yeah, this pretty much the time of year where coaches got to go into overdrive. As far as National Signing Day, recruiting, having other players, getting other players ready, getting your program right, your fourth quarter program, all that, man. For real, homie. Yeah. Identifying your personnel, man. Changing schemes if you need to, right? Right. Putting players at different positions if you need to. Oh, yeah, bro. Just staying locked in. So we're going to see how it goes, bro. Okay. Heavy. Like I say, roll tide full of pride. Appreciate my big dogs, my levy dogs who came in the chat. You know what it is, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell. Support the channel, support the grind. Oh, yeah, man. Roll tide full of pride forever. Roll tide, man. Oh, yeah.